At what point in the game, I saw you said you were a little fuzzy. At what point in the game did that happen?
It's probably somewhere early second quarter, maybe end of the second quarter, somewhere around there. It's the middle of the game.
Just was it on sack or just?
I don't really remember exactly what it was.
But that was it. It was a little bit fuzzy, just a little fuzzy. Okay.
Stuff you guys are going through first half against them. I mean, is a lot of it just having new starters on the offensive line, or is it stuff that they were doing? Different looks, maybe.
A little of both. Yeah, they weren't going to let us run the ball. They were bringing 9 guys down into the box and making us throw it. And it's just we had a tough time picking it up. I made some mistakes. Some made some mistakes. Running backs made mistakes. We were all, we were really close. We had one guy here mess up, one guy there. So it wasn't. It was just one guy mainly. We were just playing 10-minute football.
I mean, the flip side is that might be as poorly as you guys could play on offense, and you still go down and win at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I mean, is that
we found a way to win.
Yeah.
That's what our defense kept us in the game, and offense we found a way there at the end to move the ball, and we came together offensively, and hopefully that will give us some confidence leading into next week.
Is it frustrating when you're not able to run the ball and kind of get the guys off you when you're going back?
Yeah, it was tough, but we should have done a better job throwing the ball, especially when they have bringing so much pressure. So a lot of that's on me, but it helps us because I'm sure we're going to see that again. We're going to see that tight defense where they pressure us and force us to pass it. So hopefully we'll be a little more prepared next time.
Did it look a little too much like last year at times? I mean, because there were a lot of close games, a lot of games where you're getting a lot of, pressure and just relentless,
Yeah, it was. It was similar. Our defense kept us in the game. Special teams did very well for how young they were. But the thing is, we found a way to win offensively, and if we can just play better at the beginning of the games and take a little pressure off of our defense to special teams, hopefully we can do that and not put so much pressure on them.
How well did you know Courtney when he was here? Was he was here your first year?
Courtney Taylor?
No, Courtney Denson.
Oh, Courtney Denson. Let me see. He came in
2003. He came in 03.
With Kelsey.
The year before, I believe he was the year before, because he was a true freshman that bandy game.
Yeah, he played in bandy. Yeah.
Do you remember much about him?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I remember he came in. He had the long dreads, had the long hair, and then they cut him off, and then like you said, he got to play in the Vanderbilt game. And he's really he was a pretty good athlete. He's a really good athlete. He could run the ball, threw the ball well, but I think he's playing receiver now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a really good athlete.
Is it strange to see a former teammate on the other side?
Yeah, it's different. I don't think we really had that situation happen. So it'll be good to see him.
Brandon, can you just talk about one of the things that Coach talked about was you possibly needing to get the ball in your hands a little bit earlier before the season started. You were talking about that. After watching this game, did you feel like maybe you held on to the ball a little bit too much on some plays?
Maybe a few. There were a lot of times where you had to get rid of the ball pretty quick and still took some hits. But that's just the pressure they were bringing. We couldn't block all the guys. And but yeah, there were a couple times when they covered it up, and then I would just take the ball and try and make something happen with it. But Coach wants me, instead of pulling it down and running it, he just wants me to go ahead and get rid of it.
Whose idea was it to start taking the shorter drops and hit the slant patterns that you guys did on the final drive?
That's
Coach Borders?
Yeah, Coach Borders. He's the coordinator. He's calling the plays. So he just decided to try a little something different. It worked.
Was it something you and he had talked about on the sideline at all?
At halftime, we talked about trying to get some quicker passes, just some hitch routes, some slant routes, things like that. And, I think he said he wished he had done it a little earlier, but it came through. It worked for us in the end.